Boom. The thing goes.
Hello, Tim Phillips here, Sunlit Motivation, and I have a Getting Started kit. Now, I think we all do. Here, getting started with Xfinity. Getting started with Petrie Accounting. Oh, well, here's a step up from IKEA Furniture. Getting started with your module home. Nothing gets me to stop doing more than that word start. I used to have a boss that would roar in on Monday morning and demand that we better start taking our jobs seriously. And it didn't end with my boss. I had parents, school, friends, the world. Like, you better start studying. You're going to start cleaning up after yourself. When are you going to start taking your life seriously? You see, all that starting wears me out. Probably wears you out too. I have to take a break. For some reason, that word start makes our brains hear later or not yet or maybe soon, but not so much. Let's rocket this puppy up. But why is that? The word start has a requirement of action at the heart of it. The word start needs the soul of good habits. If I'm in authority and I ask someone to start something, I'm asking them to adhere to my action and my good habits. And that can go one of two ways. One, if I'm not very active and my habits on the subject isn't very strong, there's not much for people to adhere to or even want to adhere to. Now, I know I'm not good at going from zero to action from nothing. Just to get me to do something bigger, better, stronger, faster requires a good reason to. A good why. Heck, a great why. If I don't have a strong why on what I'm starting at, how the heck am I to motivate someone else to action? Imagine being stopped by your neighbor and he insists that you start using this awesome toothpaste. And I'm like, why? As enthusiastically as my neighbor can be, he rattles off, it stops gingivitis, it whitens teeth, it walks the dog, gives good cryptocurrency advice. And then me, after a little thinking, nah, give me back my old toothpaste. It takes a big why to start. What about starting a subject that I am interested in? Perhaps we stop when we hear start is that we already started. We started a while ago, weeks, months, maybe years. We started, and hear that word again shocks us still. Let me back up a bit and put some of this into perspective. There is a life model called the Destiny Flow Chart. And it goes like this. Your thoughts lead to action. Your action leads to habit. A habit leads to character, and a person's character will determine their destiny. Looking at that flow chart, the first thing that stands out is that nothing happens without a thought. No thoughts, no action, no habit, nothing. Looking at my first example of telling someone to start to do something, I have already thought about what I want them to start for so long I was motivated to action. My first choice of action was to tell someone else to start and then silently expect them to have the same amount of action commitment I have. But how could they? They just started thinking and have no foundation of thoughts to get an action from. And with that, we can't even talk about a habit. Let's consider my second example. We already started. This is good. We have slept on this idea and worried about this idea and imagined a solution on this idea that we finally took action. And this is great news to consider. We, you, I have already created this foundation of thoughts. we wish to take actions on. If we are cleaning a house or increasing sales, the complete solution might already have been discovered in our subconscious. We hear the word start. We embrace the word start. And our brain is like, start? We've been working on this problem for weeks. Ask us our plan of action. Instead, the subconscious hears start. And it's like, okay, let me trash all this thinking and start from here. The new work, the new action. Here's a suggestion. The next time I want to say start, you want to say start, try saying continue. Oh, continue. That is a powerful word. Everyone, we're going to continue our growth in sales. And this time, we're going to focus on restaurants. Tim, your studies are strong. Let's continue that trend with an extra focus on calculus. Maybe I'm going to continue to eat healthy while cutting down my morning donut. Do you feel the difference? Just changing that one word. Just changing that one word has made it easier for you, for me, for anyone to respect the thoughts, action, and habits of our audience. Even add those actions to the team effort. No one's ego is getting brushed away. It's actually creating harmony. We created harmony. So I talked about one word here to kind of make a bigger point. And the big takeaway from this little talk is to understand words shape thoughts. Words mean things. Whenever I feel out of sorts in a conversation, sometimes just with myself, I always check the words I'm using. Words make up thoughts. Thoughts make up your actions. Your actions crystallize into habits. Habits notify others of your character. And your character ultimately determines your destiny. Your destiny, that's what they write in your eulogy. What other words can we be mindful of? Some of the choice words I replace, for example, the word no, especially to me, becomes not yet. A 13-year-old says, "Can I drive the car?" Not yet. Their ego is maintained. I'm sharing with them, and I'm not playing any games. Can't is another word that kind of messes with me, kind of stops my thinking. Instead of I can't do math, math is getting easier for me. We're now putting action into that. Or I can't snowboard. I'm looking forward to learning. See, we are no longer letting our likes and dislikes shape our thoughts. We are in the driver's seat. And for people like me, this may be the first time you ever even held the keys, let alone know that there are keys to be held. So when you're out of sorts, start choosing those words that shape your actions. Choose those thoughts that create those habits. If you don't like what you see, start studying other ways of thinking about it. Simple. I'm glad you walked through this. So good night, God bless, and continue to have life-changing thoughts for you and your loved ones. God bless.